Evening everybody. Um, so for you this will be the beginning of the video, but for me it's the end of my brew day. Been brewing the Adnam's Ghost Ship clone. I'm a brewing the bag brewer. Started off with canned kits about 3 years ago, and then at the beginning of the year I thought I'm about ready to make move up to brewing a bag, so they got the offer on at the homebrew company and I got the 32 litre Pecco boiler, the work chiller, and you get your first kit free for about, I think it worked out about £112 because I got a discount on it. So that was at the beginning of the year, and ever since then I've been brewing everything, brewing a bag. So today I've done the Ghost Ship clone, which you'll see some footage coming up shortly. I've been watching brewing videos on YouTube for the past probably 4 years, and that's kind of what made me think, no, I'll put a video out there. Started off probably like most of us watching CraigTube. I just like the way that it made it look like anybody can brew, and it gives you confidence just to start off. So I still like watching CraigTube now. And then I think the first UK one that I moved on to was probably Lakey Bloke Brewer, who unfortunately is not posting any videos anymore. I was with him with the Conservatory of Doom days, and now he's moved into his Conservatory of Glee, so I don't know whether he's just having that much fun that he's not bothered for posting videos anymore. And then pretty much moved on to all the other UK brewers. Adam McBaldy Homebrew, who I admire a lot, and I really want his raspberry citrus smoothie recipe. I don't think I'll be able to brew it, but I'd like to have a good shot at it. And then Yorkshire Homebrew, Tony at Yorkshire Homebrew. I just like watching his videos because I'm jealous of his setup in bar. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Then I got into Cheshire Homebrew. Just seems like a really nice bloke. And then the two Chris's, I Want to Brew Chris and Homebrew Chris, who's just got the best brewing setup that you can get. Here's me with a little brew in a bag, but you never know, one day might have all that nice setup that he's got. There'll be people that I'll miss out, but I think I pretty much I watch most of UK ones. Hapless absolutely creased me up during summertime with his Fuck It Friday and his little escapades with water balloons. Obviously, Big Banana Brewing. Just that man's videos are just superb, make you laugh all the way through. And then I've caught up on all the back catalogue now of Rusty Homebrew, and as you'll probably see in my brew day footage, thankfully Rusty posted a video while I was brewing, so it gave me something to watch, because it can get a bit boring in hour mash times. So yeah, I'll put the video on now. It's not great, but fair play to you if you manage to stick all the way through it. There's a lot of questions that I ask in there. Hopefully some of you will get back to me with some answers, because I'm keen to learn. Right, so I'll put the video on. Thanks for watching. Right then, so this is the recipe that we're brewing today. As you can see, it's a Ghost Ship clone. I have made this recipe before and it was the best beer that I've ever brewed. As you can see, we're going to have 4.37 kilograms of pale ale malt, 115 grams of carapils and 115 grams of crystal rye. In my bucket here I have got my pale ale malt all weighed out, and I am actually waiting for a delivery from the malt miller. As you can see, it's due in the next 15 minutes, and that's actually got my carapils and my crystal rye in. At the minute we're just going to turn our water on. It takes about 40 minutes usually for, this is 27 litres of water that we've got in there at the minute. Like I say, it usually takes about 40 minutes for that to get up to mashing temperature. aiming for probably about 70, 71 degrees. By the time I've mashed it, it usually takes it down to about 66 degrees, which is bang on where I want to be. Hop addition wise, as you can see, going with 20 grams of Chinook for bittering for an hour, and then at 10 minutes we get 40 grams of Amarillo. I think I need to change that next one. It's 20 grams of Amarillo again, but that's going in at flame out now at 10 minutes, along with 20 grams of Citra, and then after 3 or 4 days we'll be dry upping it with another 40 grams of Citra. So like I said, just waiting for the malt miller delivery to get to me now, and once it's got here then we shall start doing in. Right then guys, so as you can see I'm nearly 15 minutes into my mash now. The time though is nearly 4:45. Now if you remember, at about 3:30 my delivery from the malt miller was apparently 5 minutes away from my house. Unfortunately the delivery driver got called back to depot and picked some more parcels up, so that's why I've only just pretty much doored in. If I have a quick look underneath here, that's it all sat there. Sat at a nice 66 degrees, which is bang on where I wanted it. As you can see, I'm not much of a DIYer. I've stuck some foil insulation around it. It kind of does job, and to be fair, it's pretty warm today, so I'm not really going to lose much heat. But speaking of numbers, if we look at original gravity, so this is supposed to come out at 1048 on original gravity, and this is about the 6th brew that I've done using that Pecco boiler, and every single time I've overshot my gravity by a country mile. I mean, if I get less than 1056 on this, then I'll be astounded. I know that it's dialed in at 70% efficiency. That's just the bog standard setting. As you can see, I'm using Brewer's Friend. I don't know whether anybody else has used Brewer's Friend and that same kind of trouble where the gravity is always lower than what they end up getting. The grain I bought, I got a big 25 kilogram bag from the malt miller. It really finely crushed now. I don't know if that makes a difference to what my efficiency will end up being, but if any of you guys have got any thoughts on that, then if you just get back to me and let me know. Thank you. Right then guys, so we're about 15 minutes away from end of my mash. At this point I've got my hops all weighed out there, so that's my Chinook, Citra and Amarillo all in that glass ready to get put in. Also, I've never bothered before, but I have treated my water today with some Camden tablets from Wilco. Can't say I've ever really tasted any chlorine in my beer, but when I pour it from top I can smell it. So, but why not? I'll put that in today. And like I said, about 15 minutes away from end of mash, so what I tend to do is, that is 5 litres of water. I'll bring that up to about 80 degrees. I tend to go here dunk style. Right then, so my mash is done, and at this point I'd like to say kudos to everybody who managed to fill a full brew day. As you can see, I've only got one pair of hands, I can't do it all at once. But yeah, this is generally what I do. I'll try and give you a brief idea of what it is. So yeah, I've took my bag out of my boiler there, and then as you can see I've got some fishing tackle there, holding a sieve above another bucket, and then I'm pouring my 80-degree water back through to rinse my grains out, and then I will actually get a few dunks and then let it drain off again and throw probably about 5 litres of water back in my boiler, which will get me back up to 27 degrees. Yeah, so at this point when I've just done when my mash is finished, I generally like to take about 150ml of the water that's in there. I tend to like to make a yeast starter. So once that's cooled down, I'm going with the Mangrove Jack's Liberty Bell Ale. Don't know if any of you guys have used it before, but I think it's a really good yeast. Seems to let the hop flavours really come through. Don't leave any kind of yeasty taste to it. So yeah, that's my yeast of choice for this brew. Right, so we've hit our hop break there. First lot of hops are going to be going in, which is 20 grams of Chinook going in for an hour. Now, even though I'm using pellets, I still use a hop bag. Now, I don't know whether it makes any difference to utilisation or whether I should just be throwing them straight in. But like I say, all the brews I've done, I've always used hop socks. I did start with leaf hops originally. It's only recently that I've started using pellets, but old habits die hard, so I just keep sticking them in the hop sock. Whether that's a good idea or not, then I'm sure somebody will let me know. Right, so I've just put my first lot of hops in, and we're now down to the point where the wort that I took from my mash is down to 21 degrees. So at this point I'm going to pitch my yeast into it and get myself a little yeast starter going. It's not something that I used to do, but I've done it on my last couple of brews and found that it's kicked off fermentation literally within 90 minutes. So I think it's something that I'm going to carry on doing now. It's just always good to make sure you've got a nice healthy yeast going in there. Just give that a bit of a stir around, get it all mixed in. And then doing it this time, it's usually giving it about probably an hour and a half, 2 hours until I'm actually going to be pitching it, so it gives it plenty of time to get acclimatised.
A few others. 8! 8 beers! He's been so busy, brewing. And they are all strong. I'm sure you've heard about this already. So they range from 6 to 9%.
Right then, so we're just coming up to about 15 minutes left to go on the boil. So we are sticking the wort chiller in, not over that side though, because that's where my element is. Steamy, sorry about that. I'll clear that up. There we go. So that's wort chiller going in and protoflock tablet going in. And that's it, 15 minutes. Now, protoflock tablets, I've only put the one in there, I usually only put the one in. But my last couple of brews are not coming out very clear. I mean, I don't know whether you can see that. Is there any harm in putting 2 protoflock tablets in? Does it make any difference? Will it still not clarify out? Let me know, guys. Right, so for those of you who've made it this far, I'd like to say congratulations. I know they say all good things come to those who wait, but I'm afraid on this instance we'd be wrong. Literally all you're seeing is we have got 40 grams of Amarillo going in at 10 minutes. It don't get any more exciting, I'm afraid. Sorry. Right, so ordinarily on my brew day we've just reached the end of my hour boil, so we've just hit flame out. Now ordinarily I throw my hops in straight away, but I've watched a fair few videos and I think it's probably Adam at Baldy Homebrew who was the first one that I saw anyway that was saying to put them in if you get down to 80 degrees and then get a 20-minute hop stand. So I'm going with that today. So this is 20 grams of Citra and 20 grams of Amarillo going in for a 20-minute stand. So we're after 21 litres to be going into the fermenter. We've only got 20 litres. I'm going to pitch the yeast and I will change the numbers on Brewer's Friend and take a gravity reading and see if we've got anywhere near. So we've got a yeast now, it's been sat there for a couple of hours now. It's seems to be lovely and healthy. Smells beautiful, so we'll chuck her in. There we go. And then we'll come back with a gravity reading in a second. Right, so that's end of brew day for me. Done all my tidying up, my cleaning up. My trial jar is down to the temperature I need it to be. Obviously, we were looking to get 21 litres to go in ferment, but we've actually only got 20. I've adjusted that on Brewer's Friend, and it's saying that we should get an OG now of 1051. Now, like I said, every brew in a bag that I've done so far has always been miles over what my estimated original gravity is going to be. I've got 2 different hydrometers as well, so we'll give it a whirl, we'll see what happens. Come on. One time dealer. I don't know whether he'll pick that up on this terrible tablet, but I think, let's have a look. Yeah, I've actually hit 1052, which is the closest I've ever been to getting near my gravity, so I'll take that. I might be back with the dry hop video. We'll just see how it goes. But if you've watched this video, then thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.